I'm scared. I feel the change, starting in my bones, in the tightness of my tendons. It's a familiar terror, now growing stronger with every day. Up above, the wind is tearing the clouds to shreds, and the full moon is about to claim the sky. It won't be long. Soon, this voice will break, this mind will shatter, and the fear will be replaced by something else. Something hungry. Lord, have mercy on both of us. I hope there's time enough. Time for a desperate confession to the night. I need you to know how a man can be saved by a monster, only to become one himself. My name is Ethan, and it started on a night like this. Exactly 4 weeks ago, a perfect hunter's moon. The cold was the first thing that broke through my sleep, a deep, invasive chill. My eyes snapped open. The fiery sunset was gone, replaced by the stark silver and black of a world bathed in the light of a full moon. The lake below was a mirror of obsidian, shattered by its reflection. I'd been an idiot falling asleep out here. I scrambled to my feet. The silence was the next thing I noticed. Not the living silence of the woods, but a dead silence all along the hiking trail. A held breath. Then the snap of a twig. I froze. "Hello?" I called out, my voice sounding small and foolish. No answer. Only another sound, closer. A soft, scraping noise, like fine silk being dragged over stone. A primal terror coiled in my gut. I grabbed my pack and plunged back into the woods. The forest, friendly by day, was now a cage of monolithic pines and twisting shadows. I ran, breath tearing at my lungs. Behind me, the scraping sound kept pace. It was fluid, effortless, and utterly relentless. I could feel it, a presence of profound malevolence, a hunter herding its prey. I burst into a small, moss-carpeted clearing, a dead end, trapped. I spun around, my back hitting the cold stone face of a cliff. Then it stepped from the shadows. It was tall and gaunt, its skin the color of spoiled milk in the moonlight. Its eyes were pits of blackness that held no reflection, only a terrible ancient hunger. A thin smile stretched its lips, revealing teeth just a little too long, a little too sharp. Vampire, the word screamed in my disbelieving mind. "Such fun," the creature hissed. "You have run well. It has been long since I'd had such a spirited meal." It glided forward. I was paralyzed. This was how it ended. Suddenly, a growl erupted from the darkness beside me, a sound that vibrated through the soles of my boots, a low thunder that seemed to shake the very granite. The vampire froze, its predatory confidence vaporizing into shock. From the shadows, a wolf emerged. No, not a wolf. This was a monster from a saga. Its shoulders stood nearly as high as my chest, the fur the color of a starless midnight. Its eyes weren't black pits, but molten gold, burning with fierce intelligence. Its snarl tore the night apart. The wolf launched itself. The fight was a whirlwind of savage, brutal violence, over in seconds. There was a sickening crunch, a wet gurgling, and the vampire dissolved into a foul-smelling dust that the wind stole away. The great wolf turned its golden eyes on me. As I met its gaze, the fear began to recede. There was no malice there, only a calm, assessing intelligence. It stepped toward me, and I caught its scent. Not like a wet dog or worse. This was wild and clean, like pine needles after rain, of rich earth, and something else, warm and alive. It was amazing. The wolf sniffed my clothes and then the air, searching. Then, woof, it nudged my hand, turned, and trotted to the edge of the clearing, looking back. Follow. I did. The wolf led me through the oppressive darkness, a silent, powerful guardian. The forest was no cage, it was its kingdom. Soon the angular shape of my car appeared in the trailhead lot. Safety. The wolf stopped at the edge of the trees as I fumbled for my keys. I turned back to it, my heart swelling with a profound gratitude. "Good boy, thank you," I whispered. Another growl, almost threatening this time, as the wolf turned, and I could see it better. "Ah," I said with a smile. "In that case, good girl. Thank you." The she-wolf tilted her head, a flicker of something deeply complex in her eyes. Contemplation, regret, and something more. Appraisal. She padded forward and rubbed her massive head against my thigh. Then she rose up against my body, licked my face with a surprising warmth, and in that same fluid motion, a claw flashed out. A line of fire erupted on my forearm. I cried out, in shock more than pain, stumbling back to see 4 thin, parallel cuts welling with blood. I looked up at her, confused, betrayed, aching for a reason. In her golden eyes, I saw what I could only describe as an apology. Then, with a final searching glance, she turned and melted back into the shadows. That night, when I drove home with a bandaged arm, I couldn't shake the feeling that my blood ran too hot, like something ancient had awakened inside me. And now, 4 weeks later, I understand. I'm looking at this car's 4 pale lines on my arm. The moon is clear of the tree line, full and cold and perfect. A fire rages in my veins. My bones are stretching, reshaping themselves into a new and terrible form. The scent of the world is changing, deepening, and that amazing scent of rich earth and pine and life, it hits my nose again harder than ever. Because there she is, at the edge of the clearing, bathed in moonlight, waiting for me, for her mate.